Ever heard of a cold case so frozen? It took a quarter of a century to thaw. Today, we're diving into the haunting story of Milica van Doorn and the incredible, almost sci-fi level of investigation that finally brought her killer to justice. This isn't just a true crime story. It's a testament to a community's resolve and the power of modern science. Let's go back to 1992. In a quiet neighborhood called Kogerveld in Zaandam, the Netherlands. It was here that a terrible tragedy struck. A 19-year-old girl named Milica van Doorn was found brutally murdered. She had been assaulted and left in a pond. The community was in shock. In the initial investigation, a few witnesses mentioned seeing a man of Turkish appearance cycling near the scene around the time of the crime, but with limited evidence, the trail went cold. For years, Milica's case remained one of the Netherlands' most infamous unsolved mysteries, a wound that never healed for her family or the community. Fast forward 25 years to 2017. Technology had made leaps and bounds that would have seemed like science fiction back in '92. Forensic scientists revisited the case, armed with new techniques. They were able to analyze tiny traces of DNA left on Milica's body all those decades ago. The results were groundbreaking. The DNA profile confirmed what witnesses had hinted at. The perpetrator was likely a man of Turkish descent. This was a huge breakthrough, but it also presented a massive challenge. How do you find one person within an entire community? This is where the story takes a remarkable turn. Dutch authorities decided to launch a pioneering type of investigation, a DNA kinship study. The plan was bold and relied entirely on public cooperation. They identified 133 men of Turkish descent who were either living in the Kogerveld neighborhood at the time of the murder or had family ties to the area. The key here is that participation was completely voluntary. The police made it clear that none of these 133 men were suspects. Instead, they were asking for their help. The hope was that one of them might be a relative of the killer, a brother, a cousin, a son, and their DNA would show a familial link, pointing investigators in the right direction. Imagine being asked to provide your DNA for a murder that happened 25 years ago. It's a huge ask, but the response from the community was overwhelming. The vast majority of the men who were contacted agreed to provide a sample. They understood that this was their chance to help solve a crime that had haunted their neighborhood for a generation. It was an incredible display of civic duty and a shared desire for justice for Milica. This collaborative effort was crucial. Without it, the next step would have been impossible. The entire country watched, holding its breath. The strategy paid off, and it didn't take long. Within a few weeks of collecting the samples, the DNA kinship analysis produced a powerful lead. One of the samples showed a strong familial connection to the DNA profile of the killer. By tracing this family tree, investigators were able to zero in on a new person of interest. His name was Huzian, a man in his late 40s. Here is the crucial detail. He was one of the very few men on the original list of 133 who had refused to voluntarily provide a DNA sample. This refusal, combined with the new familial link, gave police the grounds they needed. Authorities obtained a warrant and confronted Huzian A to get his DNA. When they tested it, it was a direct match to the DNA found on Milica van Doorn back in 1992. After 25 long years, the ghost from the past finally had a face and a name. Huzian A was arrested and later convicted, bringing a painful, decades-long chapter to a close. The case of Milica van Doorn is more than just a crime story. It's a powerful example of how a community's solidarity, combined with relentless police work and incredible scientific advancements, can conquer the seemingly impossible and deliver justice no matter how much time has passed. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into fascinating cases like this one.